All right, we don't have an intro. We never have an intro. If you didn't know that, congratulations. Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
So today is a little bit of a different episode. Today is a little bit more of a story time.
It's a story of shame. It's a story of a girl that went to a sauna. So I was quite upset yesterday. I've been going to the same gym for 5 years. Bodily. I'm going to drop names. It's a gym here in Canada.
An expensive gym, actually.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, it's like $100 a month, pretty much.
I pay $120. So a wet steam room and a dry steam room. I've always gone in with no top on. I always have my bathing suit bottom
So women's only.
Yeah, women's only. So I'm sitting there, I'm doing my breath work, and there's this younger girl, maybe about 28, 30.
Okay.
And she has a towel wrapped around her, and she's on the phone.
Oh, God, I hate when people do that.
My experience. And I'm kind of like,
don't you hate when people do that?
Okay. And I'm like, I'm trying to meditate in here. But I was like, whatever. And then I see a woman coming in, and she's fully clothed. Okay. And she opens up the door, and her face was like this when she saw my tits.
And for the record, Crystal has totally fine tits.
Yeah. So I'm doing my stretching and I'm breathing. And so my hands are like up. And I'm doing
with your titties out.
Doing my thing.
Yeah.
Other women come in and they're doing their thing. They're not giving a shit. Then the older woman leaves.
Yeah, the lady that was dressed.
The lady that was fully dressed and stunk because she just worked out.
Yeah.
And then the other girl leaves as well.
The towel girl.
The towel girl. And then when she gets down, she makes it a point to wrap her towels around in front of me. And I'm like, oh, okay, like whatever. Those two women leave. And then the lady at the front desk that I know quite well because I go to the gym almost every day to sit and stretch.
Yeah.
And she's like,
excuse me, but policy is here. You have to wear at least a bathing suit top or a towel around you.
And I was just like, Crystal, So I put the towel around me, and then I went into the steam room and I took the towel off and I went in there like with my breasts out.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there thinking, and I'm like, so I'm getting shamed because they're ashamed of their body. Like I'm in a woman's change room, only women.
Yes.
And I don't have my yoni out. I'm not sitting on
bare bum.
I'm not bare bummed. And then I was kind of upset with the women. So I left, and as I walked out the front desk, I could see the manager looking at me because the girl was probably
like, oh, it's the girl with the tattoos.
How do I approach this? Do I write a letter to the head guys? Do I shame Movati as they just shamed me? And like, so what, I'm supposed to put up with stinky women coming in there fully clothed after they work out? I don't know. At the end of the day, I felt super shamed, and I felt bad because I'm like, if I'm even changing, I get naked when I change.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do? Cover up myself when I get changed as well in the change room?
It's so funny because I don't even remember what episode we talked about this, but we did talk about this relatively recently, and we were talking about the difference between men and women's change rooms based on my son's experience, right? And I was like, oh my God, it's not like that at all in women's change rooms. In women's change rooms, they do that thing that you were explaining where you have your towel and then you put your pants on and then you turn around and you open the fucking the locker and then you try to like fit your titties in the lockers to get your shirts on. It's so interesting because I find the only women who kind of don't get any shade is like the really, really, really older women. And I find that most people just kind of like avert their eyes.
No, I don't. I'm kind of like, I want to see her body.
I would look at everybody.
I love looking at people's bodies.
So do I.
Like, I don't see women my age doing that. I see them all hiding their bodies, right?
You're hiding bodies with other women.
Yeah.
What the fudge?
It's true because you hear a lot of shit about like women's liberation and stuff like
that.
Like
that doesn't feel liberated to me.
No. If you're in like a woman's only space, that should be like a safe space for you and your body. The reason why the women do that weird thing with the locker and putting their boobs in the locker and using the towel to hide themselves, it's literally because we are afraid of being shamed by the women around us and having something like that happen. Yeah. Like literally being like, I'm just going to get dressed in the fucking change room. But if I'm too like free or open, and by that I mean you literally just get dressed the same way you would at home. Yeah.
It's just get naked and get dressed.
People are going to kind of shame you.
Yeah.
And I think that goes beyond just going to a gym and having your titties out. I guess the thing that really sort of irritates me about that is not just the lingering effects that like religion and the suppression of like the female body, like that's obviously like one big thing. Yeah. And I know most of our channel is menzies. We're not hating on you menzies.
No,
okay? We're hating on menzies of the past. And they didn't know better either. It's all fucking societal bullshit, right? Yeah. Women have just like been told, and still in very many places of the world, right? Yeah. But we have been told to hide our bodies all of the time. And now that it's not kosher for men in Western countries to do that, right? It's like, that's very taboo for men to say that nowadays. Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry about that, because us women, we have that shit covered now. Yeah. We'll do it for you guys. We'll do it on behalf of society. We will shame ourselves.
Don't worry. Don't shame us. We'll shame each other.
When we do this to each other, whether we do that online, whether we do that in real life, whether we whisper to our friends about something like some woman is wearing, right? Yeah. It is us keeping ourselves down.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it is us, and I'm going to say the scary word. It is us. It's us holding up patriarchy in place of like in place of like female liberation.
Yeah. It really is.
And I know the menzies who watch this channel want women to feel sexually liberated. Yeah. Because when we feel that way and we feel comfortable, we can bring that energy to you guys as well. Yeah. Because in the Western world, women's bodies have been so sexualized that even fucking taking your titties out to feed your baby in public is frowned upon.
Even my daughter, when she was breastfeeding my grandson, she had the same problems of like people being like, oh.
Because we live in a society. We live in a society where women are sexualized chronically. Every fucking body part is sexualized. We are sexualized everywhere. Because of that, we have to hide everything. And then because we hide everything, that becomes like the cultural norm, and anything outside of it, right? Anything outside of that is like, you're looking for attention, you're too sexual, you're sexualizing yourself, you're trying to get sexual attention from other people. Yeah. As a person that has D boobs, there's a lot of stuff that I can't wear that my like flatter chested daughter can wear, and nobody's going to call her out on it, but people would call me out on it, right? Yeah. Even if it fit us perfectly and stuff, I would be slut shamed. Yeah. Strictly because God gave me bigger boobs than her. Yeah. We have this crazy culture where we shame people for sitting in an all-women's sauna, just have your titties out, not bothering anybody. Yep. But yet everyone in our culture is addicted to corn. When people are trying to sell Coca-Cola, jeans, fucking Cheese Whiz, like it's always some sexy hot lady who's like, oh, looks like she's just ready to be railed. Yeah. It's like, that's so confusing. Right? So we're not allowed to breastfeed or sit in a sauna, but we're allowed to sell Coca-Cola with a sexed up, like, 21-year-old Russian girl. Like, oh, that's so confusing. That's such a confusing message.
It's a very confusing message.
So no wonder why we're all fucked up. Do guys have this at all? I can't picture that. Like, I know you're not allowed to have your dick out in the sauna, but like, if you were sitting on a towel and you had your dick out and you're a guy and you like walk into the sauna and you saw that, would you go tell management? I'm curious.
I'm sure there's some stuck up fucking men out there that are the same.
Fun wreckers. Fun wreckers.
So that's our little story time.
There's my rant.
That's a little rant, a little story
Screw
time.
you, my body. Screw you.
Tell us in the comments below if you've ever been body shamed or sexually shamed for something that you probably shouldn't be. Yeah. All right. That's a fun little episode for everybody. Comment below. Tell us your stories of shame. Yes. Support us. Be like #free the nipple. We love feminine liberation. And I guess we'll see all you guys next week. We love you. Bye.